Hello.
Hello, good evening here from Alberta, Canada.
Yes, it is the nighttime again,
Yes,
and welcome to the another episode of our live stream.
yes.
For those of you who do not know us, my name is Leejay,
And I'm Melissa.
and for those of you catching this on a replay,
Replay.
thanks for stopping by. So yeah, what do we do here, Melissa?
Yeah. So we help people make a living online by providing the tools, the systems, the coaching, and pretty much everything that you need to get started.
There you go. She memorized that, guys. She
Yes.
really
Yeah.
did good on
I'm
that
getting
one.
there. I'm getting there.
She really did good on that one. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and today is our very important day, which is the day of the 24th of the 90-day
Yes.
challenge. Uh,
Yes, every
yesterday,
day is an important day.
every day is an important day, a very important day.
Yeah.
It's funny because every day we're busy, and we kind of watch the week fly by like incredibly
Yes.
fast, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. What's happening?
hang on, I lost my line of thought.
Yeah. The
And
week
so
just
it's
went flew
flew by,
by,
yeah. And so
and
it's we have to be very strategic in how we're gonna spend our time.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Every time is important.
Everything is important, right? Every time is important. Every moment is important.
Yes. So we want to
Um,
make sure that we do what we prioritize first, right? So um, during the day, I'm at home, and while DJ is working, I get to do some things online, and I also watch the kids. By kids, I mean my our 2 year old, and I wait for our other two kids to come home by 3:30, and then by that time, DJ is about done from work, and then he would come home, and then I would leave for my clients. I'm still doing taxes, so I'm almost done. So it's April
can't
30th is the
wait.
last day of uh, tax season. So yeah, almost done, almost there.
I can't wait. But anyways, we are so thankful for her experience because she gets to tell me
Yes,
the scary things that she sees outside, right?
yes, yeah,
Um,
pretty scary.
yeah, and anything from individuals that are paying too much taxes, right? Because they don't own a business or it's not under a business,
Yeah.
or personal taxes, or from individuals that are paying too much taxes because there's an information that they don't know of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting how information can change
Can
things,
change. Yeah.
and that also goes to
Yeah.
to some of you that's watching this. That this particular information can go a long way for you, right?
Yeah.
So
So if you guys don't know, we about our website, check it out. It's djandmelissa.com. We give information about the online business through our webinar. There's an information session that's coming up on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
mhm,
And there was one today. If you missed that, there is a recording that was
you can catch the recorded
yeah,
version of it,
recorded.
right? Um, it's interesting because we have a ton of uh, you know mentors that's coming soon, right? Coming over
Yeah.
soon, and we're so excited for them because the beginning is always this. There's always this magical feeling in the beginning, right? It's
Yes.
like
Yeah,
building
there's a lot of
momentum,
excitement,
excitement,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like new things, right? Yeah. And the topic that we're talking about now is The power of perseverance.
And this comes after the excitement.
Yeah.
Right? Well, after
So
the
when they
excitement wears
yeah
off, actually.
yeah when the excitement wears off,
Right.
then you're gonna
Then the perseverance comes,
persevere.
right? And it's interesting because, you know, as the new mentors, the new partners comes in, there's a ton of experience. There's a ton of energy, right? Positive energy. It's brimming with enthusiasm
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and excitement to start, right?
Yes.
Um, it's kind of like going into like
A new
a new
place, like
place. Or
a new
the
yeah,
best
new
description that I
location.
have is when you just finished summer break from school, and you were in elementary, and your parents are buying this, school supplies for you,
Yeah.
and you're so excited because you get to have new stuff, new notebook,
Yes.
new
Yeah.
pencils,
New
new
bag. Yeah.
bags, new shoes,
Yeah.
new uniforms, right?
Yeah.
And when you're about to start your classes, you get to flip your notebook and make sure the smell of
Yeah.
the paper,
Everything's new.
the smell of new things, right? That's how I describe
Yes.
starting an online business, right?
Yeah.
Starting this business.
And then you go to school, and then you meet your teacher, and you actually have to study now,
You need to
right?
study now, right?
Yeah.
And there are times where the subject not could be boring, right? Or the subject is not in your liking, right? So um, those are the times where you needed perseverance to actually
Perseverance.
go through and to plow through
Yes.
that particular
Yeah.
subject. And it's the same thing with the online business, right? Like the platform that we have, not all of it would, with some people, they might find that entire course, the entire program is quite interesting, right? But there's some people also that gets frustrated, right? Um, in midway, right? There might be stuck in a particular step that they can't figure out, right?
Yeah.
And that's totally fine
Yeah, that's
because
totally fine. And there's mentors in the community. There's coaches, right? And we can guide people. And we've had like people in our team, and they have some struggles in the training platform, and then we're able to access their laptop and able to show it to them like firsthand, and where to click, what to do, all these things. So it's amazing how the system works, because it gives you a mentor and a coach. And if the mentor uh, you know is having problems with, there will be a coach that could guide you as well. And these people are experienced people. They have gone through pretty much what you're struggling with, so they can really help.
before starting this live, I was actually just researching the origin of the word perseverance. um, and it says right here on vocabulary.com. The verb persevere comes from the Latin root perseverus, which means continue steadfastly or persist.
Persist. Yeah.
Persist. And that word comes from two other words, which are which
Per.
is very, and then severus, which is
Strict.
strict. So today, the connotation of the word is to persist in a methodical way, despite obstacles or
Or
distractions.
distractions. Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally what you need in order to plow through this barrier
Yes, and
of
because
distractions, of
of
of challenges,
obstacles.
obstacles, right?
Yeah, because every journey has its own struggles, right, and challenges, and we cannot say that your journey will be perfect if you do decide to join. what we can promise you is that there will be a mentor and a coach, right, that will guide you, that will help you every step of the way.
Mhm.
And one of the thing that really help us as well to persevere is sticking to our why. um, when we know what we are doing this thing for, when we have that clear vision, that clear idea of what we are doing this business for, it really helps you to persevere. And no matter what the challenges are, when you know your why and you know that for sure that that is your clear why, right? Like it really helps you to move forward beyond and overcome those challenges.
And when it's kind of like a sword, and that you are inside of a bubble, and the sword is perseverance, and that you're pushing through that bubble or bursting that bubble. That and I was talking to Mel about this earlier today. Usually we have these morning sessions where we have tea or coffee and
Yeah.
sit around and talk about ideas and
Mm-hmm.
things, right? And we really, it's a religious thing for us. Actually, we've invited you in the
Yeah.
um, first few episodes of this live session. We were there. I was having breakfast, and we're just having a nice conversation. But sometimes this conversation that we both have, we wanted them to be uncensored.
Yeah.
So meaning, we can't really have it in front of the live camera
Yes.
when we're having our own conversation, right?
Yes.
And but during that session, you get to see how we work together, right? Like what are the things that
Yeah.
we talk about.
Yeah.
um, but what I'm trying to say is that this morning, when we were in that particular session, we were talking about this barrier that just stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, when you're about to break through a particular idea, a particular business,
Mm-hmm.
a particular project, right? There's always this kind of barrier that prevents you from
Mm-hmm.
doing so. And this barrier are obstacles such as the laundry, or the house that needs to
Mm-hmm.
get cleaned,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
kids
Distractions,
that wants
right?
to go
Yeah.
out and play,
Yeah.
or you feel bad about your little kid that's playing alone over there in the corner. You just want to
Yeah.
have say hi to the kid and
Or just
you
play
know
with them,
play
right?
with them, or a random text message that comes
Yeah.
in, and
Yeah, that's
you
why
wanted
that's
to
why
you know
usually um when I do the business, I do it in my own time, like in the middle of the night when everyone is asleep, right?
Mhm.
So it that way I'm the only one who sacrifice, not the
So
other,
what happens is
right?
that with this particular barrier, right, it becomes excuses, and
Mm-hmm.
when excuses comes, that means the obstacle is present, and I think
Mm-hmm.
perseverance is kind of like the. Oh wow,
Oh
yeah, that's
yes, yeah,
you.
yeah, that's her.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, she
So
was singing.
perseverance is kind of like the sword or the little stick that you puncture the bubble with, and
Yeah.
that allows you to break through that barrier. And I
Mm-hmm.
think despite of all the obstacles, despite of all the challenges, right, there's a reason why we're sitting here today and we're actually talking to you, and you're listening to this particular session, and we appreciate it, right? And I think to conquer all the challenges that we have internally,
Mm-hmm.
to muster up the time or the courage and the time and the perseverance and the discipline to actually show up.
Yeah.
That alone takes a lot, right? In terms of any business person.
Yeah.
And for those people, for our team right now, and Unstoppable Champions, you guys are rock stars, especially that you're showing up to do the live sessions, right? You're
Yeah.
showing up to build value for your business, for your audience, for your for the people that you cater. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's an incredible sight, right? Of
Yeah.
perseverance.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
you know, sometimes it's hard to persevere when you don't see results yet, right? And you know, looking at that small wins, right? It's very it's very helpful to look at all those small wins, like having to do the live, or you created your content creation for the day, or you've launched an advertising, right?
Mhm.
Like all those are small wins, and every big wins comes with small wins.
That's right. So it's kind of like the Chinese bamboo tree story. Do you know about the Chinese bamboo tree story?
No, I don't.
Right. So
You love stories,
I
huh?
know I read a lot. I listen to a lot of
Mhm.
stories, and the analogy, the metaphor of the Chinese
Mhm.
bamboo tree. So Chinese bamboo tree actually takes
Yeah,
five
yeah, yeah, yeah.
years to grow. Okay.
Yes.
So it takes 5 years to grow, and 4 years and 47 weeks it actually stays underground. Do you know
Oh,
that?
really?
For 4 years
For 4 years?
and 47 weeks,
Uh-huh. It
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 stays
stays underground.
underground. And, you as a farmer, you need to keep watering that soil. You need to
For
make
four
sure that
years.
for 4 years,
Yeah.
right? And, but as soon as the sprout comes out,
Yeah.
as soon as it breaks through, it only takes 5 weeks for it to reach 90 feet.
5 weeks?
5 weeks
Oh, wow.
to
And
fully evolve.
and the thing with bamboos, they're very sturdy,
Yeah,
sturdy,
they're
right? So
strong.
any storms, you know,
So the
they
question right now is the question now is that how long did it really take to nurture that bamboo? Is it, total of 5 years or 5 weeks?
Mhm.
Okay. So, the
Mhm.
moral of the story is that, when you're watering something, when you're nurturing something, make sure that there's sunlight in there, make sure that the soil
Yeah.
is healthy, and that you have proper nutrients, the water, and everything else.
Mhm.
You're piling it up for 4 years, as a
Yeah.
farmer, not knowing, if it's really going to grow or not. And I
Mhm.
think that's the definition of faith as well.
Yeah.
Faith in the system, that you're doing the right things, and therefore that little seed inside
Yeah.
will eventually sprout. And
Yes.
for the Chinese bamboo tree to actually take its time, 4 years, 4 to 5 years, for it to actually break through the
Mhm.
soil. But
Yeah.
once it's broken through, it will grow as much as 90 feet in just five
5 weeks.
weeks right?
Yeah.
So people ask that, it's a philosophical question to ask that, did the farmer um, did the farmer waited for 4 years, right? Or did it take 4 years to raise a bamboo tree, or just 5 weeks,
Yeah.
right? Um, of course, the
Yeah.
answer
It
is
will
4 years,
yeah.
right?
Starting
Uh,
from the seed.
Starting from the seed,
Mhm.
and people only see the sprout of it, the
The
90
5 week.
feet tall, right? The
Mhm.
5 week. That's all they see,
Yes.
right? Is the growth within the 5 weeks. Nobody saw all the sacrifices.
Mhm.
It took for them to actually reach
Yeah.
that destination,
Yeah.
and those sacrifices could be 4 years, right?
Mhm.
Uh, and when I recall this particular story, um, I always think about all the work that we've done so far, right?
Mhm.
And I always, I can see, I can feel that we're almost there, that we're arriving, right?
Mhm.
And yet there are times that I feel like, why can't it be tomorrow, right? Why can't it be now? Why can't it be
Yeah.
tomorrow? And I think that's one of what that's one of the disadvantages that I have mentally, is that I don't have patience, right, to do things. And that's why I
Yeah. You
mentioned
just
this
want.
before. I just want to just go, 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 go,
Yeah.
right? When I do batch processing of data, it's just such a massive
Mhm.
activity, right? That it
Mhm.
drains me. It drains me a lot, right?
Mhm.
Um, and so, you know, in my years of experience, dealing with this internal problem that I have, I realized that really perseverance is the key, right, to whatever I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And and for me to actually break through it, maybe not only me, but some of you that's watching,
Mm-hmm.
could relate to that, right?
Yeah.
um, you could be nurturing something for so long already, and
Mm-hmm.
you might actually just want to give up, right?
Yeah.
But don't, right? Don't
Yeah.
give up,
Don't.
because
Maybe
there's
you're, what was that? The 5 inches
yeah, you're
from
five
gold.
inches away from gold,
Yeah.
right? uh, and so I think
Yeah.
that's how I look at perseverance in a nutshell, right? The
Yes.
Chinese bamboo tree story.
Mm-hmm.
um, and we all have the Chinese bamboo tree situations in our lives.
Yeah.
And I can safely say that we've gone through that,
Mm-hmm.
and that if you are in that particular moment right now, right,
Keep going.
keep going,
Yeah. Keep
right?
pushing. Because next thing you know, it will sprout. And in 5 weeks, you have a full grown bamboo.
Full grown bamboo ready to
Yeah.
harvest, right? Um, so guys, we really love this session. I think perseverance is, one of the key things, right?
Yes. Yeah. For
For
success.
success,
Yeah.
and that
And I think every successful people, whether in business, right, or in marriage life, or any kind of aspects in their life, I think perseverance is one of the key um, uh, success traits that they had to do in order to go have a successful
right.
um, yeah.
And by the way, guys, you guys like my haircut?
Yeah, who did
Mel
that?
did that. She's my hairdresser for the last
Yes.
10 years.
Yes, I've been cutting his hair.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, they can't see it.
you
It's
guys
a
can see. Oh, right here.
yeah.
See, it's a nice buzz cut. Alvin was looking at it earlier. He's like, "Dad, you have a buzz cut." Like, and then Amelia just kind of like caught it, and she's like, "Butt cut, butt cut,
But
butt cut." He goes, "Butt cut." She knows what I'm talking about,
yeah.
right? She said, "Butt cut." And thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. That's our
Yeah.
time, and
Thank you so
we
much.
hope to see you again tomorrow.
Yes.
Hopefully, we get to do this live a lot earlier soon next
Yes.
week.
Yeah. As soon as the tax season's done.
Right, we get to have this live soon,
Yeah.
and that's
Earlier.
earlier. Yeah. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
guys. If you guys are considering this, feel free to reach out to us.
Yes. Yeah.
You can reach out to us through Facebook, email, or just simply, sign up to one of our free webinars that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And leejayandmelissa.com is where you're going to sign up. Nowhere else. Just in that website, okay? So thanks a lot. Take care, guys.